Hey everybody, Mike Steele here with Barbecue Champs Academy, and we are live in the house tonight. Got a great show lined up for you, man. Look at it, already got 15,000 people on in just the first 10 seconds. That's what I love about this show. Anyway, we got a great show lined up for you tonight. History in the making in the SCA competition, and then with Mr. Tim Newell, and then also Carlos had another big grand champion. He's just been knocking them out left and right. And we figured we'd had to get him on. So then we're going to have a mix of both. We're going to have barbecue and steak cookers on tonight. We got a big show lined up for you. Hopefully we'll have lots of questions and answers as well. And if you are ready to get started in this, we are certainly looking forward to it. In the meantime, as we always do, we want to give everybody a chance to come in. And Emmeline, thank you for being here from Marietta, Georgia. That was fast. If you beat this guy, second on the list, Mr. Gordon, thank you for being with us. It looks like you and the family had a lot of fun up there this weekend, man. And that's what I always say. Barbecue and is about family, friends, and loved ones and building those relationships. And, man, y'all have looked like the whole family's involved. And y'all had a great time this weekend. And congratulations on your walk in state. Raz, brother, appreciate you being with us, man. And thank you for joining us. Looking forward to getting a chance to visit with you down the road. Hopefully, I'll be able to make it over to Fort Worth in the spring of next year. Who else we got? Mr. Chris, thank you for being with us as well. Caitlin Crane, we enjoy you as always being here. Got another Chris. Hey, Mike here from Kempner, Texas. Cool beans. Let's see who else we got. Mr. John from Gloomy Madison, Wisconsin. Thank you for being here. Mr. Danny Titus. Good evening, sir. I will see you here in another day or so. Danny's coming up from South Louisiana. He's going to pull in a place up here and park his rig, and then he's going to spend the night on Thursday night. We'll be heading over to Minden, Louisiana for a BCA cook-off, one of my absolute favorites to do. It's Grilling on Main, a BCA competition. It's about 40 minutes from Shreveport. A lot of fun over there. They love my food. I had a RGC last year and a GC the year before. I've had several good calls there, and hopefully I can pull it off one more time. I'd love to get a bung in Louisiana. I still have not got one. I've had a couple RGCs, and I'm hoping to get one this weekend. So anyway, it's going to be a good time over there. If y'all are in the area and you're looking for a great competition, man, I really do recommend that comp, and it's a lot of fun. They close off Main Street and just open it up, and it's a lot of fun, a lot of vendors, and a lot of food right there on the street. Miss Brenda, thank you for being here, and it's like I was telling Gordon, man, looked like your family had a great time this weekend, and congratulations on all the calls that you had. Let's see, Sam, what's up, Mike? Going to be a good show. Yep, that's what I'm thinking. Amy, let's see. Hey, sweetie, goodness gracious. These girls, we had the ladies on last week. Third place this weekend. They have been killing it. I mean, absolutely killing it. Congratulations. It looks like, I don't know if you moved up in the points, Amy. I haven't really been following the points so much. I feel like you had to get a third. I'm sure you moved up some. So congratulations. Y'all keep knocking it out. And we're rooting for you all the way to the end. It looks like y'all have got to be solid in the top 10 by now. Mark, thank you for being with us. Jeff, we appreciate you being here as well. Christopher, all the way. Chris from Connecticut, man, that is awesome. We're covering from East Coast to the West Coast here. Paul Knight, thank you for being with us. Anna and Dean, look at here, all the way from Canada. This is awesome. Chris, yeah, this is Tim's mom. Congratulations on what your son pulled off. It's never been done before, and we're definitely going to be talking about that. Have a good show. Have to go to work. Hate that, Alan. We're missing you, brother. Woohoo, Tim. There we go. Dan, appreciate you being with us. Sean, good evening to you as well. Stephen, man, we always, I keep trying to get you on the show, Stephen, and if there's ever a time that you got an opening, you make sure you give me a shout on Messenger or something. Would love to have you on the show. Dwayne, thank you for being with us. Carlos, yes, sir. Thank you so much. That's it. I appreciate you being with us. Anna Bryce, we'll be in Minden. That's good, Anna. I'm glad y'all are coming over. That's such a fun cook-off. Kevin, thank you for being here from San Angelo, Texas. Howard, we appreciate you being here as well. So, going to be a lot of fun. We got a big show lined up. Like I said, Tim Newell is here 2 SCA back-to-back first place this weekend. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. There was something quite unique about it, and that's what we're going to spill the beans. If you hadn't already seen it, we'll talk a little bit about that here in just a minute. We got folks steadily rolling in. Ken all the way from Pennsylvania. I guess Tim's bringing a lot of the East Coast boys with him tonight. Jeff, we appreciate it. Yeah, what? No way. Yeah, he did. That's for sure. Robert, thank you for joining us. Who else we got? Carolyn, thank you for joining us. And Gordon Thompson, are you coming to Waynesville? Well, we'll find out. He seems like he's ready to get out and start cooking, he said. Another one, Val from Ridgeway. PA represents. Who else we got? James, appreciate you being with us. James, I don't know. I think I was talking to Bill and said you had a pretty good weekend as well. So congratulations if you did. I think you went down to that Unlimited Cook. And I think you did pretty well down there. So I hadn't got a chance to look at all the results. But if you did good, let me know. Yep, have a family wedding. Yeah, okay. It's going to be there. That's good. 3rd overall. That's what I heard. I heard you had a pretty good finish. So anyway, congratulations, James. Man, you've been cooking lights out as well. We've got a lot of our Barbecue Champ Academy alumni that has just been absolutely tearing it up left and right. And it is so great to see the success that people are having using our platform. I think it's a wonderful learning platform. I have had several people contact me, email me saying they have taken in-person classes and they just don't seem to do as well as taking our online classes. They just feel like they're probably only getting about 50% out of the in-person classes. They just can't remember everything. Like I said, I guess I'm just not a good note taker. So he stepped up to the platform and bought some classes on BBQ Champs and has done very well. And we appreciate all the success that we've had or all the support that we've had from all of our customers over the years. We've got more classes coming in barbecue. We're really excited about that. And we're going to just keep doing what we're doing. We're coming up on our 4th anniversary. It's right around the corner. I believe it was June the 28th when we launched 4 years ago. And I was hoping it would be big. I was hoping it would help a lot of people. For what it has done has just been completely amazing. And we just absolutely love the success that people are having. We wanted to grow the sport of barbecue and state competitions. And it is more than doubled, more than done what I ever expected it to do. I mean, we're grateful. I am for sure, and I know all the cooks are as well. Let's see, Laura from Ridgeway. We are Tim's followers. There we go. Michael, thank you for being here. Chuck, we appreciate you being here. Thank you, sir. Mr. Danny Helms here. Justin, knew you was going to show up. Congratulations. We appreciate you being here. Looks like you've had some good cooks here lately. And I tell you what, you're cooking lights out on your practices. The food you are putting in the box looks absolutely amazing. Gordon, huge help. Yep, it works. There's no doubt it does work. So, anyway, we got up to 49 folks. We're going to give everybody just another minute to get here. I want to do one thing. A lot of you may know Max Nelson. Max is one of our cooks that we have on Barbecue Champ. And he's been going across the United States, and I think it's his Flavor Town tour, his Flavor Tour. And he has been just going state to state to state, trying to get retailers all set up and selling his rubs. He's got some great rubs that he has come out with. And it's been pretty unique to see what he's doing, and he's really trying to help up everybody's game. He really wants to go in and up the backyard barbecue, and it's the United States of Flavor Tour. And he's made a pretty good run up across the East Coast the West Coast, all the way up around the Montana, the Idaho area, and he's really trying to help the backyard barbecuer learn how to cook better barbecue. And he's putting his money where his mouth is. He's literally, his deal is he wants to go to all 48 states, and he's trying to get all that done by the end of the year. So one of the things that he called and asked me on Sunday, and I think everybody's going to kind of like this, he said, on my ancillary classes that I have. He said, I want to offer an amazing special. He said, Father's Day is coming up, and I want to be able to offer this discount not only to all the Barbecue Champ people, customers and followers and stuff like that, but also all the people that we have on our tour. And a lot of these people are backyard people that are, visiting with us and stuff like that. So I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to show you what Max has done. And I think he wanted to run this through the end of the month. So I'm pulling it up right now, and give me 1 second. Here we go. Max Nelson is our cook. He is an ancillary culinary fight club champion. He's a 3-time world food champion. He cooks some absolutely amazing food, and he went in and he took his all access classes that he had, and he has knocked these things down to $39. This is a $477 savings. He's got 4 different classes that he did, and I'll let you take a look at them. He did chicken wings 3 different ways. He did burgers 3 different ways, and I'll tell you right now, this Maui Wowie burger is one of my absolute favorite burgers I've ever ate in my life. This guy has food that is absolutely amazing. He's a culinary fight club champion. Also, he's got desserts and appetizers, and I'm telling you, these were some of the most incredible desserts and appetizers and food that I ever ate. These are regularly $129. He's got these for $19. So you can buy them individually for $19, all 4. You can mix and match them if you only want a couple, but the package is, if you get all 4, you get them for $39, which is another huge saving. So you can go to bbqchamps.com, scroll down on our homepage till you see Max Nelson, and it'll show him talking about his master classes. And I think this is going to be something that somebody ought to take an advantage of, especially with Father's Day coming. And I just wanted to get that out. It is a huge deal. This guy is amazing at what he does. And for him to call me and tell him he wanted to knock the prices down like that, I about fell out of my seat. So I was like, you know what? It's your class. If that's what you want to do, I'll do it. And Gordon says Montana Max has some great classes worth every penny, even at full price. So let's see who else we got. Steve waving. Wait, he's Steve down. Yeah, this is Steve Hernandez from Stonewall. He's about 15 minutes from us. So anyway, Steve, we appreciate you being here. So if you're interested in those classes, Father's Day gift, it's going to run probably through the end of June. Go to Barbecue Champs, bbqchamps.com, and click down. You can get Max's classes. These are ancillary killers for you people in SCA, and to get all 4 of his classes for $39, I promise you, when you see his techniques and some of the things that he does, it's going to freaking blow you away. They are absolutely amazing, and every one of those dishes that he cooked was amazing. I just literally could not believe how good the food was. So let's see. Neat ideas for desserts and sides for the royal. Sounds like a steal. It's amazing. It really, really is, James. You're not going to go wrong. All right, we got about 59 people on here. I think we've got everybody caught up. It's time to bring in our first guest. Man, this dude right here, I don't know if you know who he is yet, but after this weekend, I think everybody's going to know Mr. Tim. Tim, brother, you absolutely tore it up this weekend.
Yeah, I definitely caught lightning in a bottle. That's for sure.
Well, you've done something. I don't know how long the SCA's been around. I think it's 2015, 2016. I'm trying to remember when Shauna, she's old OG, and she was one of the original ones. It's been around. Isn't it like 2014, 2015? Somewhere in that area. It's been a while. Well, let's just put it like this.
I think this is I think it's 10 years.
10 years. Okay, it may have been
because the
13.
World Championships, I think, are the 10th.
Coming up on its 10. Well, This is the one thing I do know. In the inception of it in 10 years, nobody has ever done what you did. Tim had back-to-back wins. They have Steak A. They wait an hour or two later. A couple hours later, they have Steak B. He had a first place in Steak A with a perfect score, which I think is only the 5th time that had ever happened. And then he cooked steak B, got another first place steak, and had another perfect score. It's never happened before, and I really am not sure it'll ever happen again. There's a couple teams that we know that have had back to back first places. But and I think Terry Roan has had one. I recall a couple other ones having it, but I've never seen anybody have back to back first place with a perfect, what is it, 254.5 score on both of them. And man,
Yep.
huge congratulations. When I saw that posted, I was like, I have got to give props
Thank
to
you.
this man and put him on the show. Tell me how that felt, brother.
Oh, I still wake up every day and ask my wife to pinch me. It's. I don't think it's quite hit me yet the magnitude of what happened. I still can't believe. Uh, I still can't believe it happened. I'm just extremely grateful that it did. I think the best part though was like getting all the love from the other cooks. Like
Yeah,
I think I almost passed out after I heard the first perfect score, and
right,
then after I heard the second, I was just beyond belief.
right.
Um, just extremely happy. Again, just grateful to be able to cook steaks in a parking lot with a lot of your real good friends.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. I mean, to be able to do it, I want to say it's like 4 or 5 perfect scores. There may be somebody on here that has that exact number. Um, so
Yeah,
I
I
know,
don't
I
know. I
know there's,
know. I know. Last year. Well, it's funny because last year. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, it's either 4 or 5. It may be 5. Maybe I'm sure somebody from the SCE will know. Raz, maybe you know, or Danny, if you might know, pop it up. It's not a lot, and for you to be able to pull off a perfect score in both A and Steak B. Yeah, Steve says first SEA perfect. That's a good way of putting it. So amazing. Tell
Yeah.
us a little
Like
bit about
just
it. I mean,
yeah.
tell us who you are. Where did Tim come from? How did you get
Sure.
started? How
Sure.
did you get
So
in the
I'll
SEA?
go.
I just want to hear it.
Yeah. Sure. So I live in Ridgeway, Pennsylvania, middle of nowhere, north central. We're about 2.5 hours, closer to 3 hours north of Pittsburgh. Um, Now I started in barbecue. Me and my buddies back in 2014. We only cooked one backyard barbecue local contest. We had no clue what we were doing, but we had a blast, right? Um, it was just fun. So the next year we kind of got a little serious. Um, I have friends over. It's a local fab shop, McDermott Welding. They and I got together and we built a homemade reverse flow, toe behind cooker. And actually, we had a lot of success with that thing. The next year, we went back to that same barbecue competition and GC'd it. And then I did a couple other ones that year with pretty good success. And that's when I met, right around probably the year 2015 or 2016, I met an SCA rep, Keith Todd and Angel Todd, both at a local backyard barbecue. And they kept twisting my arm to try this steak cook-off stuff. And I was a little hesitant. And then in October of 2019, I was doing a KCBS competition, and there was a steak cook-off attached to it. And it just happened to be over Memorial Day, so we had lots of time in between contests, or Labor Day, I'm sorry. And so, I entered that and came in third place. I ended up getting a golden ticket my very first contest. Um,
Wow.
and I think the two above me were Sandy Brown and Robert Mansfield, and I think Robert passed me the ticket. Um, so that was essentially the start. I think that was my last KCBS contest because that was right before COVID too. So I slowed everything down. So I cooked SCA with pretty moderate success, I would say. Like um, I was just grateful, because I did essentially walk a lot, not consistent. And then I ended up taking, I think, John Lindsay's class first when these came
Okay.
out,
Yeah.
and just to see what I was doing and what he was doing, just to kind of compare. And
Mm-hmm.
then I ended up taking Matt Overson's, um, and I kind of felt good about myself because I was doing some of the same stuff they were doing, but just not
Right.
like the little details of it
All the
all
techniques. Yeah.
really made things come together, and I started putting together a lot more consistent cooks.
Wow.
So that's where we are
Yeah.
now. 2021, I would call, I won 3 contests. The World Championships, I think I qualified in the finals, and then I qualified in the ancillary finals as well. So I had a good year in 2021, and now we're
Right.
starting off pretty good in 2023 here.
Yeah, I
Um,
would say so.
with yeah, so
That's
it's just been a blast. It's been
yeah.
a blast.
Well, man, you got a ton of folks on here steadily. Congratulations, and all this and that and everything else. I mean, I'm sure you see them one after the other. Danny Helm posted. He said he thinks it's 5 before your 2 that you got. So, and I thought that's what it was. I think it was. I thought it was either 4 or 5. So, but to get back to back, man, that's incredible. So. Yeah, we got folks steadily coming in. Congratulations. The Ridgeway, Pennsylvania internet is shaky. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's doing all right. It's making
I
it.
feel like I'm in
So
rare air, that's for sure, and like
yeah,
definitely honored to be.
right. That's it. Let's see,
Just
Dwayne.
definitely honored.
Appreciate you being with us, Dwayne. Yeah, it's a pretty
Yeah,
cool
and
deal.
last 4.
Yeah, he's locking up on us a little bit. We're gonna give him just a second. I'm gonna bring Carlos in. Give me just 1 second. Your internet's a little shaky, but that's fine. We still got you. Now we're going to bring in another guy real quick, and we'll keep on with this deal. This guy here needs no introduction. He is the man, the myth, the legend that we all want to be like.
No,
Mr. Carlos, how you doing, brother?
I've been blessed, brother. Thank you for having me on here. So
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, Carlos is coming off another big weekend. He's had another grand champion this weekend in a first-time organization that he cooked. Tim, I don't know if you're with us. You're locked up on the screen, so you might need to log out and log back on. But your screen is frozen. So if you can hear me, just kick off, log off, and come back in. So he doesn't have the greatest internet connection. There you go. You're back now. It kind of froze up on you, Tim. So I don't know if you have cell reception. If you're using internet, you may get better reception through a cell phone if you've got a good signal on your phone. It always works better than Wi-Fi. So right now we do see you. You there, Tim? Yeah, we're not hearing. Tim, you need to log off and log back in. So anyway, bear with us, folks. We'll get him back on here in just a second. So, Carlos, brother, tell us a little bit about the big weekend that you had.
I went up and tried my first outlaw event. I'd seen the CBA event they canceled, and I was like, didn't know what to do. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try outlaw. The pay was good. They increased it, to 10,000. I'm like, I'm gonna take my chances, and
No.
took the ride up there with Richard Cruz, Booyah Barbecue. Like, we had a little convoy,
What?
and I get there and there wasn't many cooks. I got there, I had a good time, and I was like, all right, let's see happens. Started prepping my meats, came out my trailer, and it filled up really fast. And I was like, oh, so looking around, looking at people's trailers, I was like, okay, I don't know much of the outlaw cooks and all those other people. And I was like, yeah, I made him a smoker.
Yeah.
And and I went up there. I mean, great guys. I had a pretty good time up there with meeting new people, and that's one of my goals for this year. Just meet new cooks, new people, just venture out, enjoy it, and I truly did. As for
Right.
outlaw, I that was my first one. I wasn't blown away with the cooks meeting after a little comment that was said. I was like, whoa, hold on, something I'm not used to. I'm not used to
Right.
the traditional. They want your traditional backyard good barbecue. And I'm like, well,
Right.
I don't know that, so I'm gonna just give them what I know. Um, so I didn't really adjust much. I just continued to cook on how I cook, and
Right.
it paid off for me. And one thing I would say about the Outlaw, they point system, I am not. I didn't know the point system that they had up there. So I like that they reward you. If you walk 3 times, you get 6 extra points. If you walk once, I want to say if you walk once, you get 1.
Twice. You get 3 points.
3 points.
2 times.
Yeah.
2. If you walk 2 times, you get 3 points. If you walk 3 times, you get 6 points. So there's no bonus points for 1 walk.
Oh, okay. So I was like, oh, this is really, and they call even if you made final table. So I thought that was pretty cool. They get the final table. They start at 14th. This was this contest, and then went from 1 all the way to 14th. And
14. Yeah.
Yep. I was fortunate enough at the 14th with the first place chicken, and I was babying the chicken because one of my chicken's skin exploded, and it wasn't a good day. And I put all my eggs on a basket on this one chicken.
Right.
It paid off. So
it paid off. Had a first place.
Yes, it did. It was it was pretty good. I went back to one of my old recipes, and it paid off. So
that's good. That's good.
But I did have a solid cook that day. I walked in ribs as well, 7th place, and then brisket. I had 11th brisket. If they would have pulled the kiss your sister, you know how they do that?
Right. Yeah. Kiss your sister.
So they pulled chicken instead of brisket. If they would have pulled the brisket, I would have got that one as well too. So
I got you.
But it was. Oh, thanks, Mom. Tomorrow's my birthday.
Oh, there we go. Happy birthday. Oh, you want us all saying happy birthday to you? We'll serenade to you. Okay. Oh, goodness. That's good. That's good.
Yes. So I really did enjoy it. I did look up, outlaw cook-offs, and there are a few more that I'm interested in cooking, so I'll see.
Yeah, that's good. Well, Tim, looks like we got you back, man.
Yeah, I apologize. Never trust backwoods Wi-Fi.
Yeah, you are way better now. I mean, good picture. Not. We should have started off with. I tell people all the time, don't worry about Wi-Fi. Just go get on your phone. It's way better. So, yeah. All right, we can see you and hear you, and the color's better, and it's not lagging. So I told everybody, sit tight. He'll be back. So
right.
Anyway,
I apologize.
No, that's okay. That's okay. That's what I was telling. Just log off and get on your phone. I should have told you that from the get-go. So.
Well, it was funny because my wife's in the back. She's like, "Get on your phone. Get on your phone." I'm like, all right.
That's good. Oh, goodness. Well, let's roll back over to you now for a second, Tim. So you got your start in KCBS. You cooked a few cake. You got over into the SCA. Obviously, you had some success. You took a couple classes from Matt and John's. Did those classes, I mean, you said it had techniques in there. You was doing some things right. But, one of the things that I really tell people that ask me, is it all about recipes and I tell people maybe Carlos can kind of talk about that because Carlos, he's definitely made no bones about it. He's definitely a Barbecue Champ Academy alumni, but and I'll open it up to both of y'all guys. First, Tim, we'll start with you, and then Carlos, we'll go with you. I know there's a lot of people that are recipe chasers, right? They just think it's recipe. And a lot of our cooks, one of the biggest things they will tell you is the techniques. And it's these little techniques of things that they do that helps you cook better barbecue. Because if you don't get the cooking part of it right, it doesn't matter about the recipe. So what do you think about that, Tim? Is there techniques that you picked up that they did that you was able to incorporate?
Yeah, actually, I believe that it's more technique than recipe. Because I've been using my same flavor profile since I started cooking SCA. Very little change to it.
Tweaks.
Yeah, and I take bits and pieces of the technique I learned from the classes, like just in marinating, the steaks in general. I never marinated steaks prior to taking those classes. Not only that is, just the time, the temperatures, the consistencies with heating and your grill, just the little things make all the difference. And steak is such a technical, it's a technical sport. You have to be, you just have to be fine with the little details, because it's the little things that could put you first or last.
Right.
I want to believe that most of the flavor profiles are very similar, but it's just nailing that texture or the doneness, and then all accumulated into that overall impression is what's going to put you over the top.
Right. Right. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I think, and you're talking about recipes. I mean, I'm using the same recipe I've on my brisket since 2018. Haven't
Yeah.
changed it. I will not change that recipe. It continues to do good. It's been on a rip this year, and it's usually consistently in the top 10. And here lately, it's been in almost the top 3 at every competition that I've cooked at. So, but it is a lot of techniques, and especially what I see from the steak cookers. So many of them have so many different techniques. We've got people in the SCA that have taken 4, 5, 6 classes from us. I mean, I've got some that have bought every steak class that we've got. And they, a lot of them, they'll report back like, I love it. I took the technique here. I took a technique here. I took a technique here. And then they got all that knowledge, right? And
Yeah.
then they can kind of use it against the cooks that, they bought the classes from, because the cooks, they do our classes. They're not out buying everybody's class. So,
Right.
and maybe they probably have needed to help learn all the techniques that everybody's doing. So, because, man, there's so many students that have beaten the teachers, and, they don't care. They love it. I mean, they want to win, but, man, they're so excited to see y'all win. So I think in SCA it is a lot of techniques, and and you can see it.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think in the SCA, everybody loves just when people do well, because it is such a hard thing to do. And when you see a person walk, you just feel good for that person, because the time and effort, much like barbecue, the time and effort that goes in to trying to perform at your top level in regards to cooking. Like it doesn't go unnoticed. I'll put it that way.
Right. 100%.
That's for sure.
Yeah. All right, Carlos, what do you think?
I'm gonna just continue what he said. Like, when we went up there, had no idea who those people were. They have maybe 3 of the teams, maybe no more than 5 of the 25 teams up there. They didn't know them. Once I walked, man, everybody congratulated me, like, hey. And then the second time, and then when I did, when they announced me for the grand champion, everybody came to me, and that's, it did feel good. And walking back to your truck, every last one of them was kids, everybody who was there. And you're right with that feeling, because you don't know when it's going to happen again. So I soaked it in.
Oh yeah, barbecue family, man. It's
nothing
like it.
I did feel that family. The congratulations. Hey, good job. Right. But as for the classes, I've taken a few classes myself. The Bill Purvis, that's one of the classes. My latest class. I did a hands-on with Clarence Joseph. I took his, Arnie Segovia's, and then the best, like, hands-on one with Joey Smith. I've preached the Texas Chrome Foundation.
Right.
That is my number one. Thank you. That saved my life. I've mentioned that.
Tell us a little bit about it, because some people may not have known. Tell us a little bit about Texas Chrome, what it is, and then a little bit about you as well.
So a little bit about myself. I'm a 20-year-old. No, I was in the Navy for 20 years. I'm a retired Navy corpsman. I did 20 years in the Navy.
Thank you for your service, brother.
Thank you, appreciate it. I did I got out in 2020, right before the pandemic hit. And I think it was 2021. My mental health wasn't the greatest then. It was really bad. Usually this month is one of my harder months, even though it's my birthday. But this is when we was transitioning back from Afghanistan. Let him rest in peace. Today's his birthday. Sergeant Herback. He lost his life over there. It's just you know,
Hard. Yeah.
the hard part of the military that, we it's not fun, you know.
Yeah.
So then I went to a business trip to Florida, driving back. I don't know how I made it back home. So the story is I was prepping for the Seguin cook-off in 2021, and I was in Walmart. I couldn't really buy what I was supposed to buy I couldn't get ready. I blacked out. My wife was there, and she truly helped me get home. And I was like, you know what? I need to prep. And there he is in the comments.
Yeah.
So Joey Smith, that's the first class that I had was his. And I just put my headphones on and just listen to him, listen to that, his voice, his, demeanor for the class, and just talk to him. So I saw him at the cook-off. He never met me. I've never met him. I've heard of him, but never met him. So I went into like, hey, I got to tell you something. And I told him we was in his trailer, him and his wife, his dogs, and both of us just started crying right there in this trailer. And I told him, hey, thank you. I truly appreciate it. And he didn't know the effect that he had on me before the Texas Chrome Foundation organization really started. It was in the works because he mentioned it to me. But he mentioned it to me, and I said, hey, I would love to participate in this organization. So in the following year, I was one of his students in the organization in Seguin. So I really tried to make Seguin my number one cook, but unfortunately this year I won't make it because of work.
Right.
But that one there, we walked and like you said, this technique, man, the recipe that I do for my ribs, he did. And I was like, oh, okay. This is what I do, like you were saying,
right.
Almost to a T, maybe one or two little things different on the recipe. But his technique just blew me out. I was like, I was just mind blown as a cook. He's a world champion cook. And I was like, okay, this is what I need. Ever since then, you see the results. You've
been killing
ribs
it.
is my number one. I've been killing it in ribs. Last year I was able to finish CBA top in ribs, fourth in ribs. I finished overall in chicken as well too. Just enjoying myself, really having a good time cooking. Here in the last 2 to 3 months, it's just been a phenomenal run for me. I've GC'd not CBA. I've RGC'd CBA, but GC'd IBCA, GC'd Lone Star, not Lone Star, Outlaw. Sorry, I've just been having a good,
good
run here lately.
Yeah,
and you're right. Like you talked about it earlier, was with the classes, from Barbecue Academy. You could just go back and just, all right, what's this step that I've made a miss? It's not for the or what sauce he used. No, what step is it? And with those steps, man, those steps, I get them, down packed. So on my notes, I write them down, and I don't write the recipes down. I write the steps down.
The steps,
because it does. People look at me and they were like, "Man, what are you doing?" They be turning in chicken, and I'm still cooking my chicken. And they were like, "What are you doing?" They be turning their food. I'm like, "No, I have, I'm very superstitious when I'm cooking. No, I gotta do this."
Me too.
Like if I'm leaving on Friday morning, I have to stop at this specific donut shop, get a specific coffee. Like they know, like my wife, she knows, everybody who's part of my routine, they all know what's coming next. The people at HEB, I'm very particular on the way.
Yeah, it's the way to do it, man. You got to be consistent. I do the same thing, Carlos. I mean, everything I do, I don't have places I stop, stuff like that, but all my stuff that I do in prep, man, it's all done. So it's
and it's and then post cook off, I have to stop at my Dairy Queen and get my Dairy Queen afterwards. And like I love it. It's a specific. I have this this little routine that. Or now I'm getting other cooks do the same thing that I do. Like, hey, that's my, So it is good. So comment on what brand ribs I prefer Prairie Fresh. So I
Okay.
try to grab those Prairie Fresh. If I can't find a good rack of Prairie Fresh, HEB Naturals is my second.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Prairie Fresh it's I'll go to the Walmart, right down the road, and I pick those up. And then if I can't find that, HEB.
Yeah. Well, Tim, I know that you've got, I guess you could call it some superstitious as well.
Yeah.
The lucky underwear.
Yes,
So,
I did too.
yeah,
They all look-
and I heard you on the YouTube channel that they posted. He was like, I think these are going to be my new lucky underwear after getting back to back perfect. So, what kind of?
Yeah, it's a funny story because back in 2021, when I had those 3 wins, I wore the same underwear every contest, and it was funny because me and Keith and Angel and my buddy Ed and my wife Diana were all like, and these underwear were in rough shape. Like they had holes, they were just falling apart, and then Diana ended up throwing them away. And I hadn't won a contest since she threw them away up until Saturday.
Yeah.
So I went like a year without winning. And, I had some seconds and thirds and stuff, but
your lucky underwear got thrown away.
Yes. Yep. And now I have a new pair, thankfully.
All right, so here's what you do. You take the new underwear and you only wear them at competition so you don't wear them out. So,
oh, yeah. I have a T-shirt and a pair of camo shorts that I only wear at cook-offs. My post-dinner is KFC every cook-off.
That's
KFC.
nice. That's awesome.
So, yeah, I'm a huge superstition guy.
Yeah, keep it going. That's awesome.
It's funny because you say that about the underwear. Like I have to wear certain pants, like it's looking to
all the way to shoes, even like same shoes.
I've never done that now.
Ocala Barbecue. He, I talked with him at a cook-off in Waco, and he's the same. I thought I was bad. No, he's even worse than I am. So I'm like, okay,
Really?
It's not only me, and but it's fun, and if I don't do well. Like, say if I don't get the coffee, it's like, because I didn't get the coffee.
I didn't get the coffee.
Yep. That's it.
Hold on.
That's it.
I burned myself really good.
Yeah. Oh, I've done that before. Yeah.
So, my thing is, I always, like, if I get cut, I always say, hey, I'm getting second. Like, if I burn myself, I'm going to get second or first in something. And ever since I cut myself, not intentionally, obviously. I'm not just stabbing myself. That HEB foil,
Yeah.
If it happens to me during the cook, usually I do come in, a good place. I'm like, you see, that's my superstition. Yeah, but
That's
I
right.
enjoy it.
Dwayne, but mine is Buffalo Trace and Cheddar Jack cheese. That's crazy.
You got to keep the good juju, You got to keep.
Yes, it is. Yeah,
That's it.
And my buddy Reggie Q. So I met him at a contest too, and his thing is we do a shotgun of beer, so that's our thing. So if you ever see my post, it's just now it's a lot of us who do it. So we just do a quick shotgun of the beer just to celebrate the cook. Hey, good cook, good luck to everyone. Drinking, I won't have my first beer until I turn in chicken.
Until you turn.
A lot of people.
Okay.
A lot of people.
The 7:30 beer.
Yeah, 7.
That's Jamie Roby. I don't know. I think it's Jamie or somebody. He got the 7 o'clock beer or something. It's one of them. I think it's Jamie. I could be wrong, but
I know. Do No Harm, Bryant. They do that. They do a toast. They lost somebody, a barbecue teammate that they have, so they do it at 7. And then Outlaw does it at 10. They had their toast. And I was like, I'm not. I can't do it. It's not my.
I got to get my chicken in. And maybe that's what it was. Maybe it's not Jamie. I think Jamie's the one at 7 o'clock. Where's your brisket? It's the guys in the Outlaw, Tim Woolridge and all those guys. It's they got to have their 7 o'clock beer to start things off. So it's pretty funny. All right, so Tim, we got some good news. I guess you see, is it Diana?
Yeah.
She says, the new underwear are labeled, and I will never throw them away. She saw what happened when she threw away the first pair. Now she's like, no, I'm not going to do that again. So
God bless her. She puts up with me.
H.E. Bull's razor sharp. Yes, you better not. That's up, Loss.
What's
There
up,
we
brother?
go. Let's see what we got here. Jamie doesn't drink, so it's not him. That's funny. Oh goodness gracious! Yeah, he doesn't. It wasn't him. I think it's Jamie that has the 7 o'clock brisket. Where's yours or so? He's always got some little saying, if I recall. So yeah, Jamie doesn't drink. He's like me. I don't drink. So, but it was the guy. It was Tim Woolridge and all those guys that I was thinking of. They do the 7 o'clock drinking of the beer. I think in Outlaw or 10 o'clock, sometime around there. So.
Yeah, it was 10. Because
Was
they
it
came,
10?
yeah, because they came by and they offered me to go over, and
Yeah.
I didn't want to be rude about it, but it was kind of rude. Like, oh, this guy, but it's not my, like, it's not my
Yeah,
thing.
I can't. You gonna mess me up, man? It's got to be after
No,
chicken.
no. After
That's
chicken,
it.
I do every toast after chicken.
Yeah, that's funny.
So, and that's, and even Friday night, I don't drink. I'm made no more than three beers
more
on
than
Friday
three.
night.
That's
I
good.
I do have a good routine. Get to the competition and just focus
Right.
on it. So
Yeah. So James has got a pretty good philosophy. What he does, I only drink if I'm alone or if I'm with somebody. So
that's a good one. Yes,
James has got it covered, no matter
yes,
what.
he does. And I
Let's see. Congratulations, Carla. We had an off week, but you are welcome to cook next to us at Outlaw anytime. That's David
Yes, sir.
Hargrove. So let's see. Mark, yeah, Outlaw 10 o'clock beer. That's what it is.
Yes.
So
That
I
I
don't
do
know
see.
it. Yeah, I don't drink, so I kind of hear them. They don't ever come ask me because they know I don't drink, so I don't have to worry about it. But I know they got it going on at some time over there. See, Texas Freestyle Sweet Tea Chicken. Come on, he's the sweet tea guy right there. Add Justin West. Yeah, Justin West, and it's 5 o'clock a.m. Where's your brisket? Yeah, Justin's always posting that. So.
I'm a sweet
Goodness.
tea. My wife, she'll bring me a gallon of sweet tea, like
Oh,
during the cook. What do you want to sweet tea?
sweet
and like
tea.
you said, sweet tea.
That's
That's
right
it.
there, baby. Sweet tea right there. So
At the cook-off, lots of it. So,
absolutely.
but yeah, I'm looking forward to a lot more cook-offs this coming up. With the Texas Chrome Foundation, I haven't done one of their part of their 6-pack. They have the 6-pack going on. It's in full swing right now.
Full swing.
Man, I wish I could have, but the cooks that they had didn't line up to the, for my timing for work. But I still support that organization. They have. I will be doing at least three of them anyway. I'll be doing the one next week in Wharton, the one in Hempstead, the Watermelon Fest. I'll be doing that one, and then and I'm gonna be the pit coach in Lost Lagoon. There it is.
There you go. There you go. Need you to pit coach in Lost Lagoon. So
in Lost Lagoon, and I did last year. I mean, that's pretty. Last year they GC'd it, so big shoes to fill. So I would love to. Man, that probably is one of the better events.
Cook-offs.
I don't know if you've been to Lost Lagoon, and I would definitely enjoy that one. So
yeah. Hey, Joey, when is that cook-off this year? I know it's in August.
Yeah, I think it's August 18th.
August 18th. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
It's in August.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to hide that one for my wife because she wants to go down there and stay in the pool all day. So.
Oh yeah, they just opened up the pool. Like they just did some renovations up there. And it is a really, really, really
it's
nice.
It's a beautiful place.
Beautiful place. They don't want you to have your generator, so it's quiet. You have to plug everything in. So it was one of those enjoyable cook-offs that I will definitely continue to do. There it is, 18th and 19th. Yep.
Aaron Leslie's going to be there. That's another one you got to look at. Man, Aaron has just been cooking freaking lights out. Good.
Yes.
That dude has been on damn fire. So I can't tell you how. I know I don't know how many he's rolled off. I know it's been RGC, Reserve. I mean, a grand, third. I mean, he has just been tearing it up. So congratulations to you, Aaron. You have been on an absolute tear. Let's see. Stay till Monday. Sunday fundy. So, Joey, if Suzette had anything to do it, she would stay down there all week long. So, Let's see, Red Solo Cup. Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. So what have you got going on, Tim? What's your rest of your schedule look like? Obviously, are we going to see you at the SEA Championship?
Yeah, I'll be up there in March or down there in March.
Okay.
This weekend there's a triple steak cook-off with an ancillary in Lancaster, PA that I'll be going to.
Okay.
After that, I believe I'll be going to West Alexander, which is the western side of PA again, up to Erie, Pennsylvania, and then over to Canton, Ohio the next day.
Okay.
And then just back to West Newton. There's a few more in PA. There's a couple in West Virginia, and I'm gonna make it to Charlotte,
Oh, cool.
North Carolina in October. They have one. I think it's at Hendrick Motorsports, which
Oh,
is really
that's
cool.
cool. Yeah, that'll
Yeah,
be really cool. Absolutely.
yeah.
Well, you got a
So
pretty busy schedule going on. So,
yeah, I'm on. Between camping and, like I said, t-ball coaching, stuff
yep,
like
all
that. But
that. Yep. Have
it's
it.
all worth it. It's
Yeah.
fun.
Well, man, congratulations on something that's never in the SCA history been done. Back-to-back wins, stake A, stake B, both with perfect scores. You're an elite group, man. I don't
Yeah,
know
I'm.
if that'll. I don't know if that'll ever happen again.
Yeah, I'm
So,
floating on cloud nine.
yeah,
And just I want to shout out like the East Coast Steak Mob.
yeah,
Everybody, we're so tight. Like I see these people more than I see some of my family members, and
right,
just we're all there. We pick each other's brains. That's what's nice with the SCA is everybody's got everyone's back.
yeah,
Like very rarely do you see any kind of drama, which
right,
is such a relief because we deal with drama all week long. We don't want to
yeah.
go to a contest and deal with it. So it's just there's great people up here.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I know several of them up there, and they are really good people, no doubt. Well, have you got any sponsors that you want to thank, brother?
Yeah, definitely Cam Day at Elk Creek Barbecue.
Oh,
Um,
Cam's awesome.
yeah, I've been using his products since day one, and obviously going to continue to use them. Chris Kostman over at Boost Your Barbecue. He's got a great online store, a lot of stuff there. Elk Life, it's a little mom and pop shack here in the heart of Elk County. They've been there for me too. And of course, I got to shout out the BSC, Ed Gent, the Todds. You know what it is. I want to thank another thing. I think it was my first year at Worlds. I made the finals, but then I came in like 33rd or something, and I was kind of bumming around. And I spoke to Rob Mansfield. He's another cook out of New Jersey. And I think he was the 2018 World Food Championship steak champ.
Uh-huh.
And that's when he kind of talked to me about starting to try marinades, and ever since then it's been a lot more consistent cooks,
That's
and
good.
I got to
That's
thank
good.
him too. So
That's awesome. All right, real quick, we're going to give our free class giveaway. I almost forgot about it. I know that's why everybody's staying. So here's the question. Now, if you already have our backyard barbecue classes, please do not participate. So it doesn't do no good. Some of you are probably going to know this. Some of you may not know it. So the question is, and it's whoever gets the first answer right across my screen, not across what y'all see, because my stuff is in real time and y'all's is delayed. Who was the first person in SCA history to get a perfect score? Who was the first person in SCA history to get a perfect score? The first one that responds correctly gets our 20 backyard barbecue classes.
dang.
Let's see. Tim, Lindsay, Sandy, Brown.
I know this, but I
Okay.
can't say it.
No, can't say it. Can't say it.
All right, wait. While they're doing that, give me the right answer. I have a few people to thank too.
Yeah, give me just a second. We'll get you on there, Carlos.
All right.
Somebody's gonna get this here in just a second. Ain't got it yet, have they, Tim?
I can't see the comments here.
Oh,
Let me
you
see.
can't see the okay, that's right.
Oh,
You may
wait,
have
now
to-
I can.
Oh, wait a minute. I think we got a winner right there. So, all right. Do you know who it is, Tim? You can go ahead and say it.
I thought it was Sandy Brown.
All right.
I'm not sure though,
Now,
because we're getting. Is it Matt?
It was Matt Overson.
Matt. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And if I'm wrong, y'all let me know. Yeah, Chris has got Overson. Yeah. Matt Overson, I think, was the very first person to ever get a SEA perfect score.
I thought it was. Why did I think it was Sandy? But Sandy she has a couple.
Yeah, she got it the very 2 weeks. I think Matt got it.
Yep.
And then it was like a week or two later, then Sandy got it.
Yep, so, I do remember that now.
But
yes,
Matt
like
Overson,
2 years ago.
Yeah, only did. Yeah, Matt did it. It was a couple years ago. It was the first one in SCA history to get a perfect score. 2 weeks later, I think Sandy got one. I think it was not right out long after that. I think Tim has gotten one. And then there was somebody from Tennessee that got one last year. Was it
Bridget Johnson, I think,
Bridget,
right?
Yeah, Bridget. Yeah. I don't know if she's from. I remember it was Bridget. She got one. So.
And then I think I think there was an event where Sandy and Tim both got them.
I think it was. I think Sandy got one and Tim got
crazy.
one.
Yeah. So, unbelievable.
Absolutely. But and then Riley. I think Riley's got a perfect score
as
well
she
as
does.
Raz. But if I recall, Matt Overson is the winner. And Raz, brother, if you ain't got the 20 backyard barbecue classes, I'm going to put them in your account, brother. So congratulations to him.
Perfect.
All right, we're going to roll on over to Mr. Carlos. Carlos, brother, if you got anybody that you want to thank, partners, sponsors, everybody?
Yes, I got quite a few. First, God. Without him, none of this is possible.
Amen, brother.
My wife, Carrie, mom, dad, the Texas Chrome Foundation. I speak for them forever. Dos Pendejos, James Minotti. I don't know if you have gotten any of his foil boxes or his cutting boards. You need to get one of his foil boxes. Man, they are phenomenal. Chicken fried barbecue. I took his class. He gives me his rubs. Man, they are phenomenal.
Yes.
Loretta Roofing Company, AMP, Pops Be Spoken. Danny Helm, one of my first sponsors. He came by and seen me. I was working on the cobbler. They had a cobbler thing, and that was the first time making a cobbler. And he came in, and it just flour everywhere, and it just looked like a bakery more than a barbecue. It was pretty funny, and it was a good one. Reggie Q and then Blues Hog. They give me some of his products. So those are the people. And barbecue champs. That took a couple of the classes and definitely helped me out. So what up, Adam? Good up, Chucky.
Yes, sir. There he is. Get up, Chucky. So
that's right. I beat him in ribs. That was the best day. That was the best day for me. We had awesome. Go back really quick, and for Danny Dietz, we had a little competition. It was like, hey, you cooking ribs, I'm cooking ribs. Let's go. Have a little competition. If he wins, I will wear the Marine Corps flag. If I win, he'll have the Navy flag because he's a Marine.
Oh yeah.
And he hit second place.
Oh.
Yes, he hit second place ribs, and I was looking at him. I'm like, oh, come on. And I hit the first place, and oh man,
I bet
I screamed at him, and I actually lost my voice. That was the first competition I lost my voice at. Just screaming at him. And
I bet that killed a Marine guy to wear a Navy shirt.
Actually, it was a flag. So it was
a flag. Okay.
Yeah, it was 94 teams there. And what are the odds of him and I going 1-2?
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
I did hold the Marine Corps flag, and I held it, and he held the Navy flag. I was like, man, this is one of those that, just like it was like, man, what are the odds of this happening? So, and that's why I put it up. So
that's pretty awesome. Well, guys, I really appreciate y'all taking a little time to be on our show tonight. Good luck on the comp trail, Tim. Man, once again, brother, congratulations on a perfect, as Mr. Steve Hernandez said. So that is absolutely awesome. And Carlos, man, keep the fire clean, keep the smoke light, brother. You are killing it. So we've had a great show tonight. I hope everybody's enjoyed it. Not sure exactly what we're going to do next week. We've got some things in the work. We're trying to get ready. We're going to try really hard. So we'll have to kind of see if we can make it happen. It's going to be hard, but we'll do what we can do. If not, we'll find somebody and we'll get them classes plugged in and or get our shows plugged in, and we'll keep everybody up to date. I hope everybody has a great week. And as we always say, y'all go out there, have a lot of fun.